never being able to have kids. Me and my wife were trying for quite a few years and nothing ever happened.
Probably never actually finishing high school.
Well, first of all, I'm kind of ugly.
First thing that pops into my mind is working at a supermarket for almost 4 years now.
I would probably say not getting help soon enough for whatever I have right now.
Not being able to deal with my anxiety properly.
I was born with a condition called optic atrophy, which is causing the nerves in my eyes to go, like, slowly die out over time, so I'm legally blind.
I have a lot of regrets, but that's all just a mental overthinking of my own brain. If I were to actually die, at the moment, I don't think I would have any regrets.
Only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing.
It's a mix of things with ADHD and being on the spectrum of autism. It's very complicated for me to understand it, let alone anyone else that I try to interact with. And my girlfriend right now, she actually has ADHD, and she's told me about it. She's told me like, oh, well, you know, like I've tried therapists and they don't really work that well. And I'm like, well, I mean, I might as well not try it, you know, if it's not going to help you. But I now see now on medication and now actively trying to seek out psychiatrists that is a big thing. I try to better myself and open my mind to a lot of things, even though I'm not comfortable with it, because a lot of it is just is getting out of your comfort zone.
I have one message, and this is an important one. You always hear people telling you to live life to the fullest, but who are they to decide what that is for you? Live life the way you want. If playing video games all day and doing nothing, but you still got to be productive to support your hobbies, of course. You want to do that, do it. If you just enjoy playing video games and that's all you do, that's your equivalent of living life to the fullest. Live life the way you want and don't let it be dictated by other people unless you want them to.
For me, it's just how family expected me to turn out. That was the big one for me. It always feels weird. It's like oh, I could have done so much better. And I know my family would have never been too happy with me.
Honestly, I had a lot of potential when I was young that I did burn up, but because I just wanted to be cool and I wasn't, you know, I just did all these things that I just never followed through with. I think that was the main thing, just never following through.
Would probably be not getting out there more. Again, I'm inverted, so I don't like people, so anytime I go outside and have to be near them, I just kind of hate my life, but I kind of gut being inverted. Yeah, introverted. Don't worry, I'm fucking retarded.
I used to not talk a lot, you know, and now here I am. But, well, I mean, it's VR chat. I mean, you know, you can't, like, I could just leave anytime. Like, I open my menu and leave. In real life, though, I'd like to say I'm more sociable. I talk to people more. I used to never ask questions, and that got me almost nowhere. I'm surprised I even got this far. Now I'm in college, taking on a bigger job, but I encourage those to, however big or small your channel is right now, I encourage you to get help and to be open to change, because it's really scary and really awesome.
I've learned to be content with myself enough, even though I hate myself and you know, for good reasons. I do have panic disorder, so I do get panic attacks and depression spells for like what seems like no reason. No one think that way. Like, live your life, enjoy yourself.
The final frontier, man. You only get to live once, because the universe took like 14 billion years to make you.
My philosophy of life is typically just do what you enjoy, and if there's something you don't enjoy, it's all right. It'll go away eventually, maybe.
Just have fun, honestly. Don't take life too seriously. Just kind of do what makes you happy.
Getting a job earlier than originally expected, so I ended up working for a fair chunk of money, and they're like, oh, we need you more permanently, and it's like, oh, okay. And then I ended up dropping out of school, and now I regret that because that job has ended, and it's like, oh, okay.
I kind of have like no pride, and it's awesome because I could just go up and ask for ketchup at McDonald's, or I can ask someone, hey, that's bothering me, don't do that, and they'll be like, oh, my bad, man. I'll be like, yeah, confidence. Also, high school doesn't matter. Just letting all the youngins know right now, anything that you think is rank doesn't matter.
I was always told, you know, get a job, stay in school. Of course, stay in school. I'll tell you what, I dropped out of high school and I wish I would have finished it, but my number one thing is follow your passion. Even the last year, I was told, like, my dad he doesn't understand the concept of business. He's telling me to get a job, even though I'm very wealthy compared to average Canadian. So I would just say follow your passion, because regardless listen to what anyone's telling you, you can get that success.
But yeah, I'm a huge kind of an advocate of just existing, in the sense of like, you are who you are. Things happen as they happen. You just gotta move on, and you just gotta, like I say, I just exist. I just go.
I've grown a lot of power over people mentally, and it's causing a lot of bad things to happen, and I've cheated on someone, and still that bites me in the ass today.
Being single my entire life, I would have been so much better off without emotional trauma from relationships, because it up future ones.
I'm gonna be real with you, probably being single. I still haven't gone on an actual date before, so.
Unless it's something physical or it's so traumatizing that you need help, little things that have with you in the past, whether it be heartbreak or some awkward conversation or interaction you've had with someone, that's nothing to right now and the future. That will mean nothing except progress for you. That'll only help you grow as a person, whether it be in a bad way or a good way. I would suggest just go out there and try shit. You know, don't confine yourself to anything that makes you comfortable, and do the uncomfortable.
Through trial and error, I've worked through things, and I think that's what everyone should do. They should find their own way to work through any issue, any problems or anything. Confidence in yourself and confidence in your own abilities will help you, and will also resonate with others. If you're confident enough, not to the point where it's, I love me. You just, content with yourself enough that it'll resonate with other people's souls, and people will start feeling happy just because you're happy.
When I started door-to-door sales, it wasn't because I wanted to be told, to F off all the time. It was because I wanted to grow and build those muscles of being okay with that.
I kind of became introverted when I was held back in like 4th grade because my reading wasn't as good as it should have been. All of my friends went like a grade above me, so I couldn't really keep in touch with them all, because it's kind of rare to find someone who actually cares. So that might be one of the things that makes me introverted.
Leaving friend groups because I felt like I wasn't enough for them, because I didn't reach out and explain things properly. You can't always hang on to the past. You have to keep moving forward, and if you don't, you'll feel like you're left behind.
Not meeting him in person yet.
We've been together for about 5.5 months, and we actually met on another VR game.
Are you burdened by any addictions or anything?
Addictions to VRChat, probably.
Oh, right on.
And I've been on VRChat for a month now, and I've got my Valve Index, and I've racked up 300 hours already.
I would say not living, because I've mainly been a hermit throughout my life.
And second of all, you can kind of recreate your character however you want on video games. So if you don't like who you are out in the real world, you can recreate yourself in VRChat.
Probably change the fact that I'm so paranoid about everything, because ever since anything good has happened to me, everyone just constantly reminds me about how something good always comes to an end. I feel like I wish I could not be as paranoid as I am now, because paranoia got the best of me, and me thinking that I couldn't trust her just got on my mind.
Because I met a lot of great people throughout the internet and VRChat, other games and whatnot. I'm still young. I turned 27 yesterday. I hope that one day I can eventually meet up with all these great people, and we can have an actual moment in time to actually just connect and have fun and relate to each other. Something I'm afraid of is if I were to die tomorrow, would any of my online friends know that I had passed away? Would anybody be able to relay this information to them? Because it's the internet. If I die, my mom has no connection to any of my online friends. IRL friends don't have a lot of connections to my online friends, so if I were to go tomorrow, they would never know.
Make sure that the moments that you live, that you cherish them. Cherish the good moment. You're always going to have bad moments, and those are going to suck, but in the end, the good moments are what's worth remembering.
Yeah, I like your channel, dude. I like your idea of going in VR and interviewing people. Life progress.
Thank you, man. Thank you for talking with me today.